So by now, I'm sure you've heard about ChatGPT, the world's best public AI chatbot, or as some people might think, the bringer of doom. In any case, I'll be showing you how to use ChatGPT efficiently and correctly. After watching this video, you will be able to bypass character limits, get better styling, be able to create complex prompts for better code, and more. It's time to enhance your ChatGPT experience. Let's get started. So the first thing is bypassing character limits. So if I ask ChatGPT something like, give me an example of Linux kernel code, it will start coding for me, but you'll notice that it never actually finishes the file. If this happens, it's because ChatGPT has a character limit. So the way to bypass this is to simply just type continue. When you type continue, it'll give you the rest of the code. So here you can see that it's printing the rest of the code. It also works the same way if you type and it hasn't continued the code. So that's how to prevent your code or your prompts from reaching OpenAI's character limit. You can just simply type continue or and question mark or continue after and then the line of code or the function. Another thing you can do with ChatGPT is get new answers from the same prompt. So if I type give me a quote, ChatGPT will give me a quote, and then you can use regenerate response to regenerate ChatGPT's response based on your prompt, so you don't have to retype it. As you can see, it gave me a different quote. So now if I hit it again, it's gonna give me a third quote that's not the same. So that's how you can get different responses for the same prompts if you don't like the response that it gives you. And this works exceptionally well when you're telling it to write a story or create some form of writing. On December 15th, ChatGPT released a new version that allowed you to save old chats. So as you can see here, it saved my prompt, give me a quote, under request for quote. And you can see here my previous chats, like Linux kernel example, and you can see I have the code there. To create a new chat and ignore all your previous prompts, you can just up here click new chat and then start over, and it will save this one. The fourth thing is get better output styling. So if I ask it, for example, what are the West Coast states in the United States? So it's gonna tell me what states were on the West Coast. You can actually ask it to format in a specific text. So if I ask it, give me a list of these states, it will start giving me a list with numbers. So you can see here we have California, Oregon, Washington. For code purposes, you can even be like, give me a list of these states in a JavaScript array. And then it will take those states and actually put it in a JavaScript array that you can copy and paste and then use. So you can actually ask it to format any of its answers in whatever you need, whether it's code, a list, bullet points, etc. This flows into creating more complex prompts to get more out of your code. So as you remember, we got the JavaScript array with the West Coast states. Now, what if I didn't want this in JavaScript and I accidentally mistyped and I wanted to change it to C++, for example? You can just ask it, change this array to C++. And there you go. ChatGPT will convert your array from JavaScript to C++. And you can ask it even more complex things. You can ask it to do things like get rid of California in the array, and then a for loop printing each item in the array. So just like you're talking to a person, you can give it complex prompts and it will try its best to understand it, and a lot of the times it's right. So you can see here, it did both. It deleted California and it wrote a for loop. ChatGPT understands complex prompts, and even at the bottom here, it gave me the output of this code. Now I can do something like, give me the output in a .text file. And instead of actually making a text file and letting you download it, it will give you code to actually output that stuff in a text file, just like you need. So yeah, these complex prompts that ChatGPT understands are very useful. Another thing is project structuring. So if I ask ChatGPT, create a React application, it will give me an example on how to create the React app. And now I can actually ask it, give me the project directory, and it will tell you right here, it will list out the project directory so you can see how it's structured. Now I can just ask it, give me the code in app.css, and it'll give me the code inside app.css. I know here it's telling me here's an example of what it might look like, but if you actually created a code project and went through it, then you could just use this as a file directory. So you can determine file directories with ChatGPT and what's in those individual files. The last thing you can do is rephrase your prompts so ChatGPT can give you the best answer. They have an example here when you first get into the site. Got any creative ideas for a 10-year-old's birthday? So let's click that so I can demo what I'm talking about. So it gives me all these ideas, but what if I wanted to do it for a girl? What if I wanted to do it for a 10-year-old boy instead of just a 10-year-old? Now you can do a follow-up prompt and just ask it, what about a 10-year-old boy? And it will give me better specific answers than to my more generic question, a 10-year-old's birthday. And you can do this with code too. Be as specific in your prompts to get the best answers from ChatGPT. So yeah, that does it. That was the correct way to use ChatGPT. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll be making more videos like this in the future.